Hello, Valerie Milano here from Aspiring Magazine and the Hollywood Times. Welcome. I am your host, and today we're excited to shine a spotlight on a truly groundbreaking event happening during Palm Springs Pride and Veterans Day weekend, November 6th through 9th, 2025. This Sunset Music and Comedy Festival is led by the incomparable Sweet Baby J and is rolling in loud and proud with an all-queer, women-focused lineup of Grammy-nominated jazz legends and soulful R&B voices that are fierce, and they're rock singer-songwriters and boundary-breaking comedians. This festival isn't just about entertainment, it's about representation, community, and reclaiming space for queer women and allies at Pride. On top of that, it's powered by the Sunset Music and Education Foundation, whose SMARTS, SMARTS initiative is transforming lives by providing mentorship, instruments, and scholarships to underserved youth. We're thrilled to welcome Sweet Baby J. She's going to be here to talk with us today about the vision, the music, and the movement behind this festival. So stay tuned. We'll be with you shortly. Hi, I'm Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and with Aspiring Magazine, and I'm so glad to have our guest here today. I'm going to have her introduce herself. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, everybody. So I'm on Valerie's podcast. Well, this is very, look, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be sharing information with you all. I'm Sweet Baby J. I am the founder and executive director for the Sunset Music and Education Foundation. And I just love to have my little fingers in all sorts of pots. So I'm in your pot now. So let's just roll with it.
And we love it in your pot. I've known you for a while, and I'm so thrilled that
Yeah.
we can talk about this a little bit more here. Sweet Baby J, congratulations on the festival officially becoming part of Palm Springs Pride. Can you share how this partnership came about and why it's so significant?
Absolutely. It is significant. I mean, this is a big deal because, first of all, Pride generally happens the first week of November. And this year, for some unexplained reason, they decided to roll it back to the second week, which is where we usually land with our festival. And my first thought was, oh my God, I panicked. We can't go up against Pride. It's just ridiculous. And then I thought, actually, Pride doesn't really have a lot of programming for women. And this would probably be a perfect opportunity to sort of slip in there and slip some programming specifically designed for women during Pride. And so that's what we decided to do. So this year we're full throttle. We have an all queer LGBTQ. That stage is full of us on there. And so it's going to be so much fun. We sort of leaned right in with Holly Near, Ann Hampton Calloway. And I hear all the time, I didn't know Ann Hampton Calloway was gay. Well, she's got a wife. So that'll tell you something. Amethyst Tia, Vicky Shaw, Jason Stewart is our honorary lesbian on the stage. He's a guy. So we've got it. We really are leaning in. Mimi Gonzalez, we're leaning in. We're leaning in heavy, and we're going to go with that flow and do our thing and have ourselves a great time. Lady Blackbird is closing Saturday night, and she is just phenomenal. So we have a phenomenal lineup. And as a matter of fact, I forgot about, we're opening on Thursday with a tribute to, I do these things, a tribute to Roberta Flack. And I write these sort of musical pieces, like musical theater, where a singer that dies comes and she doesn't know it. So she just comes in the waiting room and she's like, what's going on? And she greets, other singers greet her as she's coming through. And so the audience sort of discovers where they are at the time when these other singers come and greet. It's really a fun show. It's beautiful. That opens on Thursday night with Amber Flame and Sandy. And then on Sunday for the parade, we have a goddess march. And that's going to be led by the iconic Holly Near. And so it is for not just lesbians, but it's for our whole community, right? Our allies, everybody, because what happens is music is non-binary. You know, everybody loves music, and this is for everybody. But because we are aligned with Pride and we are an official Pride event, let me tell you, baby, we're rolling right on in it. We're rolling with the queer gay thing. I love it. It's so much fun. It's just fun.
So much fun. And the Hollywood Times is so proud to be a media partner. Thank you so much. Because, you said you almost considered rescheduling when you realized Pride fell on the same weekend. I know last year Halloween and Pride was on the same weekend. So I'm wondering if maybe that had something to do with it. But
It
whatever it
does.
was, what shifted your perspective and made you decide to lean in instead?
Well, I would say that I looked at it from a different point. I stopped with the panic because somebody recently asked me, wow, you must be really, superwoman to go up against Pride. I said, we're not going up against Pride because people who attend Pride can go to all of the events all day long, but people like to sometimes go and sit down at a concert, right? And so we decided that this was a perfect opportunity to add programming into Pride for women in particular for this year, because Pride is traditionally Pride. If you're a boy, if you're a gay boy, you got too much fun. You got 17,000 parties to go to, right? But women, we traditionally do our own things. We might have this is what I was told too, but you might have a house party somewhere here and do a dance over at Hunter's there and yada yada. But we have we've got boom, locked into it, official Pride event. And so and I was told that women don't really come to Pride. And I said, women don't come to Pride because Pride doesn't program for women. If you had some events for us, we would show up in full force. And I'm going to prove that. I am determined to prove if you have something for women, women will show up, period, period. And so I made sure that we had programming. You know what? Honey, it's got this. You got soul and rock and roll to that blues diva to jazz royalty to women's music icon and all surrounded. And this is our fundraiser because, everything we do with heart because we have our Smarts initiative and we provide instruments for kids. And so this is a fundraiser for them, a fundraiser for our programming because we make sure that we program for underrepresented voices. Women, yes, don't have an opportunity on stages like men, only about 20%. You can get on a national stage. Seniors, we live in Palm Springs, baby. We appreciate seniors because I just happen to be one. So, let me tell you, it's all kids, seniors, gays, straights. We like to put them all in the box and just shake it up and have ourselves a good time.
I love have you spoken so candidly about women not being programmed for at Pride in the past and why it's so important to create women-focused, queer-centered programming now. I want to move on into, I know the lineup is all queer, all fierce. Can you give us more of a taste of the kind of music and comedy audience will be experiencing?
Okay, absolutely. Let's just run it down. So on Friday night over at the Culture Center, we have Amethyst Kia. Amethyst Kia is this, she's Grammy nominated Bad Mama Jamma Blues. She's like a roots blues, right? And straight up in the women's, I saw her on Jimmy Kimmel a few years ago, and I said, oh my God, who is this chick? And she's political, she's got activism under her belt, and she's just got this raw talent that that jumped from the screen when I saw her with Giddings. And I said, oh my God, she's fabulous. I want to get her into Palm Springs. And we do. This year we have her in Palm Springs. And it's really, so she's got this roots blend. And it's called, Friday night is called Two Roads. And Two Roads because from Roots to Broadway, you have Ann Hampton Callaway, who is, all the gay boys love Ann Hampton Callaway because she's from Broadway. She's also loved by every woman because she is, first of all, she's jazz royalty, Ann Hampton Callaway. So you get those two worlds, and she's got a political swing. And not a lot of people knew she wrote the theme for Nanny. And she writes some Barbra Streisand for the Nanny, that old show back in the 90s. She wrote some Barbra Streisand songs. She's a prolific songwriter. And what she does on stage is she just takes suggestions from the audience members, and then she just puts together a song right then and there. It's just amazing. Her voice is crystal clear. So we have from Roots to Broadway, and then we tie it all together with the laughs, baby, because every night you're going to have laughs. And the laugh of Jason Stewart. And so we want to make sure that you leave there feeling good and that you're in stitches. You're laughing all the way home, right? And so we give our kids. And then on Saturday night, we have a special award for our special iconic Holly Near. She is getting the Legacy of Inspiration Award, the Sunset Music Legacy of Inspiration Award, because she's so deserving. And a lot of people, a lot of women they've said that sort of Holly and in that genre saved their lives back in the day when they just didn't know anybody else like them. And she came out with that music and that connected them to that. And so we want to give her flowers now and say, thank you so much. This is what and she's going to do a tribute to women's music, the genre, which is going to be so incredible, so wonderful. And Vicky Shaw is the comedian that night. And Vicky Shaw is the lesbian queen of comedy. Let's just say that, right? So she's so funny. She talks about her kids, her wife, Sergeant Patch, and kids, her grandkids sticking their fingers into sockets, that kind of thing. She's just really funny. And then Lady Gaga. If you haven't seen Lady Gaga, she's like, I call her, I said Lady Gaga. See what I mean? It's Lady Blackbird. I do that. I make that mistake all the time because she's a cross between Lady Gaga and what is her name? She's fabulous. That tall, androgynous, I'll think of it. She'll come to me later. But she is a soulful R&B rock sort of just, and I'm calling that night the soul revival because they hit right here, and Lady Gaga hits right here, and she's this bigger than life. That's why I like her to Lady Gaga. She's this bigger than life, gonna put it on, like in our community, the drag queens are bigger than life, right? Lady Gaga has them beat, right? So that's what I'm saying. So, but with the music that strikes home. So that's why I call it the soul revival, because Holly Near is going to give us a little soul of the music that started that movement. And Lady Blackbird is going to bring it home, baby, and slow us down. And Vicky's going to keep us in stitches. So, it's just going to be, and I told you a little bit about Thursday night with Sandy, and we have Miss Flame, Amber Flame, and we're going to have the, man, oh man, I have so much in my head, it just falls out. Sometimes it falls out and I have to go get it. Roberta Flack's going to do a homecoming. I'm going to write a script. I can't tell you a little bit about it because I like for it to be sort of, it's unfolding and a surprise. You never know who's going to be there to greet her, but you know, it's her homecoming. It's called the Homecoming for Roberta Flack. There will be other singers there to greet her and to say, welcome home, baby. This is where you are. And it's always a blast on Thursday night. That's over at the Agua Caliente Casino in Palm Springs. So that's where we open. And then we'll be marching on Sunday. So we're going to have a good time.
I love it. I'm so excited. Beyond the performances, the festival is also rooted in the Sunset Music and Education Foundation's SMARTS initiative. Could you tell us all a little bit more about that mission and the impact that it's already having on young musicians?
Yes. You know, it's just a wonderful thing. We started giving instruments to children because I wanted to give a guitar to a kid. And I was talking to a teacher trying to find out which kid can I just, buy a guitar for a kid. Because I know when I was a little kid, I wanted to be, Jimi Hendrix or whomever, you know what I mean? So Hendrix. And so I said, I found out that schools, not like when we were children, you can take any kind of instrument you wanted. You take it home, you practice, you go back to school, you've got all of that is available. You've got choices on instrumentation. These days, they don't have that kind of music programming and funding for that. So oftentimes, if you can't afford an instrument, you just have to show up the next day at school, you practice for your 40 minutes, and then that's it. And I said, well, how can a kid learn how to play an instrument if they're only doing it that length of time while they're in class and getting that much information? And so I said, this is something from our heart, and it is the heart of our program, is to give in our SMARTS initiative, to give kids instruments, mentorship, scholarship. And so what we've done is that we've given out guitars and keyboards and drums and horns. And it's to see these little kids pick up those instruments and play those instruments. It's absolutely fantastic. I had a teacher tell me that, oh, we do need a tuba. And I said, oh, no, that's a beautiful thing. But let me explain to you. I want to see the smile on a little kid's face when they pick up that guitar, or when they pick up the xylophone. And the notes, we have applications online at sunsetmusic.org for kids that come from underserved communities. If they cannot afford an instrument to take home, we make it our business to make sure that they can. We give them one. And so to get a note from a little kid that says, you have what it meant to them. That's how it started. And this is how this is the arm of our foundation. Our foundation is not only to provide this wonderful music and to sort of showcase underrepresented voices, but it is not just for seniors and everybody, it's for children as well. And it gives them a pathway out of poverty, because music, I just get so excited about music. Children who study music are 20% more likely to go on to college, to graduate, go on to college and graduate college, 20% more likely than their counterparts who don't take music. And if that's not evidence enough, and some colleges will provide extra funding, scholarships for kids who are in music. They don't even have to major in music. They just have to study, because they know that children who take music, their brains operate on a different path, right? Music and science and math and sciences are just exploding there with those pathways. And so in the STEM projects, let me tell you, it's just a beautiful thing. And we're so happy to do that. So every concert that we do, that is the heart of it, right? So we also want to make sure that we provide a child an opportunity to not only have an instrument, but maybe perform And we've had that happen as well, which is, it just makes you smile, just makes your heart sing, you know?
That's so wonderful. All these wonderful things you're doing, and especially for the kids. Sweet baby Jay, thank you so much for sharing your vision and passion with us today. The Sunset Music and Comedy Festival is clearly more than just a series of performances. It's a movement of
Yeah.
visibility and joy and empowerment that will make this year's Palm Springs Pride unforgettable. And on a personal note, I can't think of a better way to celebrate my own birthday on November 9th than being part of this historic moment during Pride weekend. What a gift it is to see our community show up loud and proud and to witness the incredible impact you and your team are making. Tireless work you do.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, Valerie. And I think I'm going to, on that note, tell all of your friends and fans and family, come on down, baby. Like Bob Barker used to say, come on down,
Well,
because we're going to be celebrating your birthday, right? We're going to have to celebrate your birthday, and we're
and
just going to have ourselves a good time.
we're
We need it.
cheering you on and encouraging our readers and viewers to be there in full force. And thank you again. And happy Pride to you and everyone who will join us in these celebrations.
Thank you. Thank your listeners too.
Yes. And can you just, one more question? Tell our viewers and our readers, how can they find out more about you and more about the festival? Website or what? Social
Yes.
media?
Absolutely. Make sure Sweet Baby J on social media. Check it out. You'll find stuff about it. Go on Facebook. But www.sunsetmusic.org. Sunsetmusic.org. You can always Google Sweet Baby J. You'll get there as well. And so, but make sure you'll get all of the information that you need to. The tickets are on sale now. Information is on sale. We have donations. We have information on our Smarts initiative. If you have children that you know that could use that, there's an application there for that. www.sunsetmusic.org. Make sure you go there. Sign up for my newsletter because it's all packed full of culture, politics, humor, entertainment. We just have a good time. It all coincides, baby, collides into a good time.
I love it. And we're the Hollywood Times today and aspiringmagazine.com. And our YouTube channel is the Hollywood Times Official. And I love you to death. And I can't wait to see this happen.
Oh, thank you. And can I just say congratulations? Can we just say congratulations to you for being the Pride darling, for being chosen as the Pride Rhythm Queen? It's so many people are going to be thrilled. I'm sure there's going to be a ceremony honoring you this year, and congratulations for that.
I
For
appreciate
all of the
that
work
very
that you do
much.
in the
I'm
community.
just very honored. So thank you for that. And we will see you real soon. Have a great
Yes,
rest of your day, sweetheart.
you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.